You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Young and the Restless fans. This is Soap Dirt on YouTube, and we want to talk about Adam hiring Sally and whether Nick will follow. These guys are going to circle the wagons around Sally, and I'm betting that that is going to enrage Victor on YNR. So that's what we want to talk about right now. If you haven't already, reach down, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our Young and the Restless spoilers videos, casting news, everything you need to know about your favorite CBS soap right here on Soap Dirt at YouTube. So this week on Young and the Restless, Victor tried to bribe Sally Spectra to abandon her child. For somebody who was himself abandoned as a child, Victor seems to be suggesting horrible things for his granddaughter. But he has decided that Sally, because of her upbringing, is not worthy of anything. Mind you, Victor had a shoddy upbringing and he has made something of himself, but he does not have clean hands. So he really doesn't have room to criticize Sally. But as we know, that doesn't ever stop the mustache from doing anything. So this week he offered to completely fund a new business for her if she will just, abandon her child and walk away, leave the kid with Adam. And Nick Newman was not happy to hear about this. Adam is going to hear about it soon. He's not going to be happy. And Nick is ready to go over and confront his dad, but Sally doesn't want him to do that. And instead she asked him just to hang out with her. And so he's doing that now, but we know that this is definitely going to come back around and come back to bite Victor in the butt. So already, you remember, Victor just bought Tucker McCall's company, McCall Holdings, to give to Adam to run. And Victoria's been very snarky about that because that's all she does these days is snark. And Victor tried to hire Nick away from Newman Enterprises to be Adam's COO. Initially, Nick said no to that, and he even went and told Victoria that Victor made the offer to try and hire him away. Victoria was very mad about it, but at the same time, Nick is not real happy at Newman. He never is happy when he's working at the family business. Let's be frank about that. He never has been over the years. And he did like working with Victoria, but now that she has turned her CEO office into a room of shame to try and bang her Newman Media CEO, Nick is really not happy with his sister. And he laid into her about it. He laid into Nate about it. So he is not terribly happy right now at Newman Enterprises. So that's going to come into play soon because this week we are going to see Adam Newman trying to hire Sally Spectra to work at his new company, whatever they're going to rename McCall Holdings to. He wants to hire her. They worked really well together at Newman Media, but if you remember, he was trying to preserve her job, and so he dumped her as he walked away from the company to try and protect her from Victoria and the rest of his family. He had good intentions, but he really hurt her feelings. So it will be interesting to see how Sally Spectra reacts to this job offer because right now she isn't working. She had a big meeting at Fenmore's, but then Victor interfered with that. He had Jill cancel it, and then Nick tried to make things up to her. But right now, Sally is not working. She's just hanging around being pregnant. So maybe she will entertain this job offer, especially if Adam couches it and asks her in the right way. She wants to work, but she does not want Victor Newman's offer to abandon her child and go out of town. So maybe she'll consider it. And if Sally does go to McCall Holdings, I speculate that Nick might follow. He's already disillusioned with working with his sister because her behavior is heinous. He is not very happy. Of course, Victoria did point out that Nick is being a hypocrite because it's not exactly like he's a faithful guy himself in certain situations. And he was dating Sally when she was working at Newman Media while it was under Newman Enterprises. And so he was technically dating an employee as well. However, Sally was not involved with anyone then. She and Adam had already broken up. So the differential is a moral one. Nick is kind of splitting hairs with her, but it is a difference that Nate was involved with Elena when Victoria started up with him, and that wasn't the case for Nick and Sally. So we do have to wonder if Nick will not want Sally to be over at this corporation with just Adam, because that will be giving Adam a lot of air to kind of have chances to get closer to her, and Nick doesn't want that. Of course, Victor's theory at this point is that Nick is involved with Sally just to screw over Adam. While Nick does seem to have genuine affection for her, and he definitely likes sleeping with her, and he's certainly being supportive during this pregnancy, he's never told her that he loves her. And Adam told Sally, Nick will never love you. The person he loves is Sharon. And that is important because that comes into play during May sweeps. We'll talk about that more in just a second. But for right now, the way that Victor is acting by targeting Sally and trying to basically buy her baby, that is going to do nothing more than unite Adam and Nick against him in defense of Sally. I feel certain that these brothers are going to circle the wagons around Sally. Even if Nick and Adam are still having some rivalry issues, they are united in the front that they do not want Victor harming her. They do not want him running her out of town. They do not want him to try and buy her baby. They don't want him hassling her. She already has high blood pressure. They're both worried about her pregnancy turning high risk. So they are not going to like this one little bit. And it's probably a misstep of Victor's, although he would never admit it. So fans are kind of divided on this topic. There's a whole lot of fans that want Sally back with Adam, and that may actually be happening. The two actors were reportedly, we've reported that they are dating in real life. And up until recently, we know that that's true. They walked the red carpet at the Y&R 50th anniversary. Of course, at the time that you're watching this now, they may have split because he dated Sharon, Mark Grossman dated Sharon Case before, and they did split. As of the time that we're recording this, Mark Grossman is still dating Courtney Hope in real life, and that chemistry they have is undeniable. The May sweeps that are official from CBS say that Sharon has a crisis. It doesn't really explain it fully. Maybe it's a resurgence of her cancer. Maybe it's something else because it mentions kind of vague stuff about a crisis and something from the past, but it doesn't say how long ago. Maybe it's her cancer, maybe it's something else. And that is a distraction for Nick. And Nick devotes himself to helping Sharon, and that gives Adam room to step in closer to Sally. So that should be very interesting coming in May sweeps. And what we're going to have to wonder is how close are these three going to get because of Victor? If you haven't already, reach down, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our Young and the Restless spoilers and updates. And so with Victor poking at Sally this way, being hurtful to Sally this way, disrespecting her this way, neither of his sons is going to tolerate that. And if Victor thinks that handing Adam a company is going to stop him from defending Sally, then Victor is sadly mistaken. Maybe he doesn't know his youngest son. Maybe he doesn't know his namesake son, because Adam will not sit still if he's aggravated. He will not hesitate to walk away from Victor and the rest of the family if he feels like that's the right thing to do for Sally. Nick is notoriously stubborn. And if Victor tells him the sky is blue, Nick will dig in his heels and say, no, it's bright purple. So Victor is definitely making a mistake. And we feel like that if Sally does take this job, if Adam is able to hire her, then Nick may follow her and Adam over to the new company, set Victoria aside, follow his brother, follow his girlfriend, and no doubt that is going to outrage the Mustache. We'll tell you more when we have more spoilers on this, but it's exciting stuff that's happening.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.